Good morning, students. Today I am going to start chapter number 2 from trade to territory from history. And today I will discuss with you two topics. Number 1 is introduction and number 2 is East India Company comes east. So my dear students, as I told you in my previous explanation in chapter number 1 about the different topics, different dates and events and how they are matched by the historians and philosophers and scholars with correct events to correct dates. So whatever record we have, whatever collections about the past we have, all those are kept in libraries. And from there we can get a lot of information about past. Okay? So my dear students, in chapter number 2, we have a number of incidents and events whatever written and recorded by the historians. So story will start from here that we know very well Aurangzeb was the last very powerful Mughal rulers, and he established his control and empire all over the India, or very large part of the Indian kingdoms and territories. But after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, his last empire was started to break into a number of small territories and kingdoms, because after the death of great ruler who was Aurangzeb, even his governors, it means subedars, big zamindars, prince, began to increase their power and authority, and finally he had established and settled his own kingdom and empire according to his or according to their own wish. In this way, a very big and very large kingdom, territory, whatever, established by the Aurangzeb that were broken into number of pieces. And in this way, a very famous and very great Mughal dynasty was ended. So students, you know very well that if there will be any kind of clash or any kind of tension, then everyone wants to use the opportunity. So as I told you above that, many prince, kings and also big landlords or zamindars and commanders had established his own rules and regulation in small territories of India. So Britishers had used this opportunity, and only for trade and business purpose they came in India. So students, as you know very well that everyone wants to use opportunity. When Britishers saw that here there is no any strong kings and people to rule over the country, slowly European had started his own rules and regulation for the trade and business in India. And slowly he had increased his power, and finally after some years later they had rule over India. So this chapter is totally about the East India Company. That was the name of Europeans who came in India for trade and business. So in this topic and in this chapter we will learn and study about the Europeans, that how and for what they came in India and how they had established his control over the entire India. Alright? So in topic number 2, East India Company comes east. In this topic we will learn and study about that in 1600, the East India Company had acquired or grant a charter or permission from the ruler of England, from Queen Elizabeth I, to right to trade with East. It means, first of all, Britishers had get right to rule, to trade over the India with their rulers, who was Queen Elizabeth I that time. And finally, only for trade and business purpose, they came in India from England. And when they came in India, there was no any competitor to compete with East India Company. But slowly, he saw that before the arrival of Europeans in India, number of different countries already came in India and had started his own business with Indian rulers and traders. So students, when British company came in India, then he saw that he had no any fear or competition with other countries, because a number of kings and rulers who came from another part of the world came in India only for trade and business. So here, company act as a mercantile. It means a business enterprise that makes profit through trade, buying goods and selling and purchasing of things at higher prices, and to make more and more profit, they had sell their product at very cheaper price. So finally, here we can understand that when Britishers came in India, their main motto was only a good trade and business with Indian rulers and Indian businessmen, and they wanted to make more and more profit. But as I told you about that, due to the clash among the Indian rulers, they had got opportunity to expand their power in all over the India. So finally, East India Company had started to expand their business from one region to another region only for trade and business. But after some time later, they had a lot of problem, like they wanted to make rules and regulation and some army to protect their East India Company from others. So students, on the basis of this chapter, you can understand that how Britishers came in India and they had expanded their business. So students, as I told you that after the getting charter or permission from the Queen Elizabeth I, European powers entering into the eastern markets of the East world. But by that time, the first English ship sailed down the west coast of Africa and around the Cape Town for a good hope for good trade and business. Then after that, after the crossing of Africa, he crossed the Indian Ocean and came in India. But when they came, they had a lot of problem, because that time Portuguese had already established their presence on the western coast of India, like Goa and a number of regions where they were busy in trade and business. And my dear students, here I want to clear one thing, that it was Vasco da Gama, who was a Portuguese explorer who had first discovered the sea route to India from another part of the world in 1498. And by the starting of early 17th century, Dutch explorers also had came in India and started to trade and business with Indian prince and kings. And after the Portuguese, French came in India from trade and business, and after that, finally, East India Company or Europeans came in India from trade and business. So, as I told you that Britishers had thought that there is no any fear with trade with European and Eastern world, but when they came, they had a lot of problem because Portuguese and French was already in India and they had set up a very good trade relation with Indian merchants. So my dear student, today's for that's all, and in my next explanation I will continue again this topic, East India Company comes east. Thank you and have a nice day.